Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In this video, as you can see, I'm a level 52 Leatherworker. So we are going to be diving into the leather story quests from 1 to 50. Like I did with Carpenter, I am going to go through, it's a mix of levies and the Ishka restoration. So yeah, I'll show off the level 1 through 5 quests, and then I'll jump all the way up to level 50 where we will continue. I shouldn't have to explain. You know pretty much how the videos are going to work from here on out. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you in just a little bit. Alright, it's time to start our next crafter. Randall, I want to sign up. Greetings and welcome to the Leatherworkers Guild. Here we produce the finest leather goods, taking care to honor the lives of which were sacrificed for their creation. Our leather armor is worn by the archers and lancers of this great nation, and favored by all who prefer that their protection does not come at a cost to mobility. If you wish to place an order, I bid you visit Fenil Fineries. If, on the other hand, you have in mind to join our guild, I should be happy to assist you. Might you be interested in becoming a leatherworker? Yes. Nothing would make me happier than to welcome a new initiate into our ranks. However, it is essential that you must first understand the burden that every leatherworker must bear. As you cannot have failed once to notice, that Trollswood is blessed with an abundance of life, and we Gridanians have long hunted the forest creatures for both nourishment and clothing. But Gridania is unlike any other place. The elementals that which watch over the Trollswood have never looked kindly on the taking of life, and those who would flout their governance do so at their own peril. The elementals decreed that life will not be taken without due necessity, and so the Trappers League has formed to regulate the hunting of animals. The Leatherworkers Guild was subsequently founded to manage the fair and equitable distribution of pelts. Nowadays, adventures are a major supplier of pelts, and other goods have become widespread, but in times past, there were rare and precious materials. The Leatherworkers Guild has not forgotten those times, and we treat leather as with no less respect than the living creatures whence it comes, and craft goods of the highest quality. In doing so, we honor the lives lost and minimize the need of further killing, an oft-forgotten benefit of our products' surpassing durability. Our guild is also the sole producer of the famous Fenil brand of leather goods, the pride of Gridania. These products represent the ultimate expression of our core tenets and the transcendent technique which shaped them. Know though that being a guild member does not automatically make you a Fenil artisan. You must earn the right to become one. For most of the leatherworkers here, the fruit of their labors bear the Fenil brand as a distant dream. That is the life which awaits you should you choose to walk our path. Success will not be handed to you, but I guarantee you will have the opportunity to seize it. So if you wish to make a name for yourself and craft goods which are the envy of all, you have come to the right place. Speak to me once more if you wish to learn more of the enrollment process. Very well, I invite you to speak with Guildmaster Geva. She is a brilliant artisan, person responsible for the creation of countless Fenil products. You have doubtless heard her name before. The Guildmaster's patterns are uniformly elegant, and with them, even novice craftsmen can cut their materials with minimal waste. It's for her to decide if you're fit to join us. She can be found in the work area within. Present yourself to her and do not waver in your determination. So you wish to become a leatherworker? If you spoke with Randall, then you've been told that it means to work with leather. The weight you must carry, the responsibility you must bear. Not just to the elementals, mind you, but also to the guild. Our craftsmanship is unrivaled, and each member is expected to live up to that reputation. Once you join, there's no turning back. If you dishonor us, I shall flay you myself and make a chokeable saddle from your hide. Will you swear to uphold our traditions and be the best leatherworker you can be? Yes. Very well. You may learn our craft within these walls, though you seem ill-equipped to do even that. I'll give you a head knife to help you on your way, but the rest is up to you. Do not presume that your association with us means your work will bear the Fenil name. Until you prove yourself worthy, you will not be permitted to do so as much as touch a Fenil product, much less craft one. Now then, if you would prefer to continue with your initiation, you need to put that knife in your hand first. Talk to me when you're ready to begin. Okay. Make a new gear, say it. Well, you passed the first test, gripping your knife by the handle and not the pointy end. Now it's time to see how well you can wield it. Make me a circle of leather. You'll need an animal skin to do so. Newcomers to our craft often imagine they need to hunt in order to obtain their materials. But if you have the sense of the gods that gave the chocobos ours, you'd realize that's hardly the case. Osgeith, over by our receptionist, sells most of the items commonly used in our craft. However, she cannot supply with earth shards. That's it for my advice. The rest is up to you. Once you've made the circle of leather, bring it to me from here and be inspected. I can't say I have great expectations for your work. Just see to it that you do not waste good skins. Now away with you. Well, excuse me. All right. How many skins do I need? Only one. I'm the best ever. Oh Lord, I should do this a couple times so I can get to level 5. So I'll be right back. Level 5. So Yeva, isn't that leather yet? Here's your damn leather. This is neat leather, after a fashion. Your work is amateurish in the extreme. The leather is unevenly tanned and is practically unusable. Well, excuse me, but you shall promise. Well, it's about as much promise as the leather you haphazardly crafted. Still, it is apparent that you have paid due respect in the life from which it came. Had you performed any worse, I'd have cast you out without a second thought. But you didn't, so I won't. Approach each task in earnest as you did today, and I'll continue to advise you. However, you alone are responsible for your development. This is a business we're running, and neither I nor your seniors have the time to hold your hand. Apply yourself to learning our techniques, and return here when you have acquired some skills. Perhaps then I'll have an errand for you to run. Yeesh. Tough crowd. I didn't take the image off. I'm sorry. Getting used to that knife I gave you? Gods no, it doesn't happen very often, but you've chanced to find me unoccupied. How about you show me what you've learned? Let me see 3 leather chokers. After all, there's more to our craft than simply tanning hides, and chokers are just about the simplest things one can make. You'll need 3 circles of leather and an animal sinew to accomplish this task. Osgoth can provide the sinew, and I'm sure you can recall the method of making another. Okay. You were so rude! Go away! I don't want to deal with you. Alright. Alright, so I gotta make some stuff. Where's the choker at? Choke. There it is. I need 3 more leathers. Shit. Yep. Well, I actually got a freaking high quality out of that. Nice. All right. Let me get the high quality one out of the way. There we go. Now I can quick synthesize the rest. Oh, simple. You finished your work then? Here's your chokers. Picture. Picture off. Oh shit, that's widgets. Picture away! I suppose there's no denying that these are leather chokers. If truth be told, an Oppo could achieve similar results given skin, sinew, and time. Jeez, but I don't mean to make light of your efforts. You fulfilled the order precisely as requested. A job well done. Now then, I'll teach you something to supplement your training. Through physical training, the body can be made strong and resistant to injury. Not so the throat, which remains a vulnerable point. Although the leather choker provides less protection than a metal gorget, its simple design makes it ideal for everyday applications. Its simplicity also makes it an ideal choice for beginners practicing basic techniques, and for guildmasters assessing the progress. As you are, you would make a passable leatherworker, one among the nameless multitudes who scrape a living out there. Whether you rise to become something more is contingent upon your efforts. Consider this amateur's reward for your efforts. You'll find an indispensable partner in the head knife as you continue your training. Now I must return to my work. If you chance to find me unoccupied again, mayhap I'll teach you something else. Until then, I keep your nose to the grindstone. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing. That's the level 1 to 5 quest. So I'm gonna do levies and Ishgard, and we'll be back on level 50 where we can speedrun through the rest of the quests. Okay, we're level 50. So let's continue. I have all the quest items I need. So Geva, what's my next task? How are your techniques coming along? If you honestly think you've improved, then I have a new task for you. But before that, let me ask you. You are familiar with the Feniel brand, are you not? No, I am not actually. Surely you jest. I could forgive such ignorance if you were passing adventurer newly to come to Eorzea. But to have trained under my roof whilst remaining ignorant of the most coveted brand of leather goods in all the realm, it boggles the mind. Anyway, all goods sold under the distinguished Feniel name are crafted by none other than our leatherworkers. We've been asked to fill an especially large order on short notice, so our stores of hard leather are nearly depleted. I was considering how best to handle the situation when you arrived. I'm sure you see where this is going. We need a dozen circles of hard leather as fast as you can make them. Cool, Canal, go! I got him. Don't you worry. Oh well, these are better than I expected. It is more difficult to boil leather than tan it, but the process results in a stronger and more durable product. These properties make hard leather the material of choice for those who prefer stouter armor. The fruits of your labor shall serve the guild well, as training materials for new initiates. Huh. You seem troubled. Surely you did not imagine that your leather would be used in the construction of Feniel goods. Oh, gods no. Only our elite leatherworkers handpicked by me are permitted to make wares that bear the Feniel name. While we had enough hard leather to complete the Feniel commission, some of the materials used, despite being of excellent quality, were originally intended to be distributed as practice materials. As such, the initiate supplies ran dangerously low. Man, the disappointment is real. Come now, there's no call to be disheartened. Do you not see that in furnishing the beginners with supplies, you've proven that you are no longer a beginner? You have given them that which they could not make themselves. When you first arrived, I would never have entrusted you with such a task. Make no mistake, you are improving. Why, at this rate, my great-great-grandchild may yet commission you to make a shoe sole, or even two. That's it? Only a shoe sole? Shoe sole? Yeah. Speaking of commissions, I think you've proven yourself as sufficiently skilled to handle orders without my supervision. Go and see Gontrond in the Carlin Canopy if you're interested in taking on a few guild levies. You would gain much needed experience and earn yourself some coin besides. But enough chatter. Come and see me again when you have further refined your technique. Oh, and if you make it during your lifetime, I dare say you'll find me in a more talkative mood. Alright. At least the only good thing about this is I get a decent amount of shards, because I could reuse the supplies. Sessa, you couldn't have come at a better time. We urgently need someone to craft a pair of hard leather caligai and a hard leather choker. Do you think you can handle both? To explain the situation, I had entrusted the commission to another leatherworker, found the quality of his work so wholly unacceptable that I had no choice but to demand that he start again. Naturally, I gave the fellow a sound dressing down, reminding him that he had dishonored the name of Fenil and so on, only for him to run off, bawling, leaving a trail of snot and tears in his wake. Good lord, this person's a drill instructor. Needless to say, I was more than a little concerned. After all, there was a real possibility that I was going to have to keep a customer waiting. But thanks to your timely arrival, everything will be put to rights. As I've already mentioned, I need you to craft the 2 articles in your overly sensitive colleague's stead. This will be your first task undertaken for Fenil Fineries. This is an opportunity for a few leather workers received, so see that you don't squander it. What is it? Told about the crushing weight of expectation? While you may cast your fears aside, you've done yourself credit thus far, carrying out my instructions with nary a complaint, taking all my criticisms on the chin. I know you won't shame us. And even should the worst come to the worst, I know you'll have the good grace to go before the customer and apologize in person. But enough talk. You'd best get started if you're here to complete the order on time. Already got it. Yes! The leather used is well made and the articles look as they should. The construction is solid. Good. As you know, this type of leather is valuable for its toughness and durability, yet these same qualities make it troublesome to work. An inexperienced leatherworker often ruins the material with shoddy stitching and poor molding, resulting in a final product that is misshapen, brittle, and liable to fall apart. Your caligai and choker, however, bear none of the hallmarks of amateurism. Your construction is solid, and your leather has retained its strength. You've grown considerably as the leatherworker, Cecila. Your latest creations attest to this. But you still have some way to go. The clasps aren't securely fastened, and the stitching needs to be tighter. In short, you must learn to pay more attention to the details. Man, this lady is hard to impress. Good lord. These articles aren't quite fit to be placed into the customer's hands, but they can be salvaged. You have done your part well enough. I'll see to the rest. In the meantime, I'll have you attend to something else. It is an important duty and one that is all too often overlooked by artisans, namely taking responsibility for falling short of expectations. In the guild's reception area, you will find an old-time gentleman named Sosabari, one of our regular customers. It is he who placed the order for the caligai and choker. I'll have you go to him and kneel in apology for the delay. Man, this lady is tough! Alright. I don't have my keyboard with me. Alright, kneel. Huh? What in the 12 are you doing? Do get up. What's that? My order is delayed, you say? Is that all? And there I was thinking something terrible had happened. It's quite alright, truly. I came here precisely because the Leatherworkers Guild has never compromised on quality. This trifling delay only confirms to me that the principle still endures. Anyway, it's very kind of you to bring the word. By the by, your face isn't familiar to me. Are you new to the guild? So, Geva herself is applying the finishing touches to your handiwork even as we speak. Well, I dare say the guildmaster sees promise in you. Why else would she consider your work worthy of her personal attention? She's famous for having cut up more experienced leatherworkers' efforts for scraps, and that before their very eyes. As for encouraging you to come and apologize, some may think Geva goes too far, but it's simply her way of educating her own on the finer points of business. As a native of Ul'dah, I may say with some confidence that is an education worth enduring. Well, it has been a pleasure to meet a rising star of the Leatherworkers Guild, and that is no hollow flattery I speak. Your name is Cecil Rai, yes? I shall observe your career here with great interest. In fact, the next time I place an order at Fenil Refineries, I shall make a point of insisting that you're given the job. Well, thanks, sir. I appreciate the recommendation. There you are, Cecil. I hope you've been working on your techniques because I have a difficult task for you. Well, maybe not as difficult as I had originally intended. I had thought to bid you prepare 100 circles of algal leather, but instead I want to gauge your aptitude for material melding. You have at least passing familiar with materia, correct? A crystallized substance often used to enhance the properties of weapons and armor? I certainly hope you do, Cessa, because an experienced leatherworker is expected to possess the skills to meld materia to his wares. For this task, you will affix a single materia to a pair of goatskin leggings. What type of material you use is of no consequence. What matters is your ability to successfully attach it. And it goes without saying that you must make the leggings as well. To do so, you'll need cotton cloth and owl goat leather. Most cotton cloth is produced by the weavers of Ul'dah's sun-silk tapestries, while owl goat leather is, of course, obtained from owl goats, which roam the deserts of Thanalin. Unless you think I mean to send you all the way to the Sultanate, fear not. If you can obtain your materials by perusing the market boards or by eliciting the help of friends, by all means do so. That said, a trip to Central Thanalin might be warranted if you know nothing of materia. There's a goblin somewhere out there who's said to be an authority on the subject. Now run along and get crafting. I've already got it. Don't you worry about a thing. Well, it could be worse. Jeez, this lady's hard to impress. I don't know how long you've been at this venturing business, Cessa, but did you know that leggings were once more than straps and cloth and leather? It's true. We used to wrap each leg with a single long strap from ankle to knee. Nowadays, of course, designs which extend to the thigh are far more popular. Soft, lightweight leggings like these provide the balance of protection and flexibility demanded by the wood whalers, the God's Quiver, and the adventurers, and the adventurers like your good self. Based on your leggings, I'd say you understood well the importance of these qualities, not to mention the basics of material melding. Indeed, if I were to judge your performance on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give you a 6. No, a 7. It's not a 5. The remaining 3 points, you ask? Quite simple, really. Your leggings were made from skins, which were taken from living creatures. The 12 is filled with a wealth of life, which we leatherworkers must take in order to craft our products. Do you know how that owl goat lived? How it was killed and skinned? Do you understand how these skins find their way into our hands? To understand this process is to understand life itself. Those leatherworkers whose creations truly deserve to bear the name of Fanil have faced this burden and accepted it. To them, it's simply truth. Therein lies the difference between the good and the great. Your leggings are fine, Cessa. It is you that needs improvement. Call me an incurable optimist, but I do not think it beyond you. Still, to study your materials and learn their history, practice your craft, and keep discovering new techniques. That's still your path forward. And who knows, maybe one day I'll allow you to represent the guild in the annual exhibition and pit your skills against the finest craftsmen in all of Gridania. Of course, that day, should it ever come, is yet a long way off. Still, it's good to have a goal, however distant, is it not? I mean, I guess. Oh, he'll pay. I swear by Louis Vuitton's beard, I'll tear the skin from his... Cessa, it's good to see that you're here. Listen to this. An old Don merchant has said about blackening the guild's good name. He claims that some toad that we sold him is, and I quote, of inferior quality. Ah, you heard me. Inferior! The gall of the man. I swear to you I would be the very soul of contrition if his allegations were proven true, but they just seem so utterly unthinkable. Why, he claims the leather was unevenly tanned and still reeking of toad slime. It's clear that whoever made that leather didn't know the first thing about working with toad skin. Which means there's no way that in 7 hells that it came from us. Believe me when I tell you, so I'll be deep in the cold, hard ground. Oh, shit. The very thought of some guild hide mangler claiming to represent this guild makes me want to... Nah. Ultimately, it doesn't matter that this isn't our handiwork. If our customers begin to suspect our standards are slipping and that we are not showing our materials the proper respect, our good name will be lost, and our many years of hard work will have been for naught. We cannot let that happen. Though I'm certain we have done no wrong, we need to make this right. We'll sell this display of authentic craftsmanship. Prepare a circle of high quality till then bring it to me for inspection, understood? There you go. This will do nicely, Cessa. You clearly understand the unique properties of toadskin and how best to harness them. This leather is sturdy, flexible, and completely free of unpleasant odors. There is but one thing left to do. I want you to take this toad leather, march down to the Carline Canopy, and shove it in this Aymar's face. Show the impertinent fool that what real fenniel quality looks like. Alright. This lady's very passionate. Very passionate. Alright. Where's this guy at? Completely and utterly unacceptable. Shame on Fenniel and their vainglorious claims. How could anyone call this rubbish toad leather? Did you look at mine? About time when your charlatan showed up. What is this, more toad leather? I demanded a full refund, not more of your... Wait, is this? By the 12, I've never seen such a sweated toad leather. This would make an excellent belt or bag. I don't understand that you are a producer of fenniel goods, and you bring this to me by special order of the legendary Geva herself? What in the world is the meaning of this? I am most terribly sorry, good lady. When the merchant told me it was Gordanian leather, I naturally assumed that this Anger Botha was somehow affiliated with fenniel. I should have known it was too good to be true. A fraction of the time, a fraction of the price, he said. Well, I certainly got what I paid for. I mean, I had never even heard of Anger Botha before, but everyone knows that Gordania is famous for... No more excuses. It's my responsibility as a merchant to evaluate the supplier, my own damn fault that I purchased an inferior product. Reputation is everything in this world, and I fear I've unjustly besmirched your guilds. And yet, despite all that, the great Geva saw fit to gift me this exquisite leather. Oh well, I too have a reputation to uphold. This gesture cannot go unanswered. Well, at least we cleared that up. Oh boy. Let's go tell her the good news. Excellent work, Cecila. That bastard Aymar felt so appallingly guilty he rushed over here to beg my forgiveness in person. I witnessed some groveling in my time, but his was a truly masterful display. Bowing, stuttering, sniveling, he had it all. Oh, how I wish he had seen it, Cecila. A proud little Don merchant, humbled by a circle of toad leather. You've improved more than I thought. Now, all we have to do is find out who's this Anger Botha Dross. Our contrite friend said that he had been told it was a new Gordanian brand, but no one here has heard of it. New Gordanian brand. It's obvious they mean to capitalize on our good name. So I'd like to meet the man who made that toad leather. Actually, Cecila, since you happen across one of your travels, I consider it a personal favor if you would flay the skin from his back, make me a pair of soles so I can grind him into the dirt every single day. Huh. Well, alright then. There you are, Cecila, just the leatherworker I was looking for. Well, one of several I would consider asking, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I have a task for you. A few moments ago, we seated an older gentleman who demanded that we give his commission priority. Needless to say, I refused him without hesitation and had him thrown out. In retrospect, however, I believe his forwardness may have owed more to desperation than mere impatience. Could you perhaps speak with his client on my behalf? I'm told he was last seen heading east in the direction of the market stalls. Of course, he may have gone further than that, but being an energetic adventurer, I'm sure you'll find him eventually. Alright, let's go find him. I hide my tools as a crafter. There's no point in having the tools out, because there's really no cool tools except for the quote-unquote relic tools. Where am I going? I could have just teleported. Oh man. Where you at, sir? What's going on over here? What's your problem? Don't be... You are a Leatherworker? Thank you for coming to see me. I know that my behavior at the guild is inexcusable. Permit me to start from the beginning. I heard tell of a new brand of leather goods that was cheaper than fenil, but just as well made. Not being a wealthy man, I saw no reason to spend the extra gil and purchase some of this Angora Botha brand leather armor for my boy, only to be disappointed. To an untrained eye, it may seem fit for purpose, but I served as a woodweller for many years and could tell at a glance that it was no match for XIV weapons. Aye, they made it fast and cheap as advertised, but had I known the quality would be so bloody awful, I would have found the extra gil and gone to fenil fineries in the first place. I know what I asked is unreasonable, but my boy is about to enlist in the whalers, and I wanted to give him something that would last a lifetime, something that his son could wear when the time came. I swear that Angora Botha stuff wouldn't keep him alive long enough to even have a son. Please, would you make me a toadskin jacket? That seems like a simple request. Alright, I can do that. That's pretty simple. This the Angora Botha stuff, man, this is spreading like wildfire. I see. A gift from father to son to be passed down through the ages. Only a well-crafted iron could be expected to carry generations of memories and tradition. A toadskin jacket, was it? Well, after hearing such a tale, who could possibly refuse? Why are you looking at me like that? It was a rhetorical question, Cecil. I'm not a monster. You heard his words, so you know what's at stake better than anyone. I bid you make a toadskin jacket of the highest possible quality and present it to me for inspection. Here you go. I dare say this is your best work yet. The spoilers and breasts are made from the finest toadskin, and the goatskin backing alone would provide a solid protection. It strikes the perfect balance between the mobility and protection, and I can find no fault with it. It's a fitting gift for a young whaler to be. I expect that Kamalain will agree. Take it to him, Cecil. So much running around. Alright, let's actually teleport over this time. Expedite the process. With a little bit of sprint left. Why did I have to think about the gil? Here's your jacket. Praise the matron, a toadskin jacket! Could not have hoped for such kindness. This craftsmanship is beyond compare. In fact, I do not believe I have ever seen finer leather equipment in all my years. My son will be thrilled to receive it. A craftsman that had never known battle could not possibly have made a leather jacket like this. Tell me, miss, are you? But of course, even Keva has seen fit to welcome capable adventurers like yourself into her guild. I hope you continue to share your gift with the people of Gridania and give others the opportunity to savor your work. Things are turning around! Yeah! We're spreading our good name. Alright. Alright, I delivered the product. I take it from your agreeing that Kamalain was satisfied? Glad to hear it. Gods, I'm getting fed up with this Angora Botha nonsense. First that old Don merchant, now this. Honestly, I don't know what idiotic plan they have in mind, but it's only a matter of time before word spreads. Cheaply produced goods may entice customers, but quality goods keep them. I wonder how they'll even consider participating in the exhibition. On the one hand, there's no better way to publicize your brand, while on the other, they must surely know that they're in no position to compete with real leatherworkers. But I do hope they try, Cecil. I would love having nothing more than to see those Angerboth frauds get their comeuppance. To look on as artisans and merchants from every corner of Aeor's to cast judgment on their works and proclaim them a disgrace. She's very passionate about this. Sluggards and slouches, a lot of them. Cecil, don't tell me you haven't noticed as well. Uneven seams, slipshod stamping. The work produced by the guild's rank and file in recent days simply isn't up to snuff. Whether it be the impeding exhibition of this whole Angerboth business that is attracting our craftsmen, I do not know. What I do know is that if they don't get their act together, and soon, we're at risk of actually losing business to those charlatans. I will not stand idly by as a lack of discipline undoes the reputation that our guild has worked so long to achieve. Someone needs to remind those slouches why they became leatherworkers in the first place, and I've decided that person will be you. Yes, you, Cecil. Surprised, are you? Ha! I may question your skills, but not your dedication to our craft. Bring me the finest pair of boarskin ring bands you can craft and show me that my trust hasn't been misplaced. It'd only be the slightest of exaggeration to say that the future of this guild, not to mention your future, hangs in the balance. Now get to it and show your good-for-nothing guildmates how it's done. Done! I was done before you even asked. Is that a smudge? One could hardly call this perfect. Well, fortunately it's not perfection I sought of you, but pure, single-minded devotion to the craft. And from the moment I took this ring band in hand, I knew you had not let me down. Clearly you possess a keen understanding of the ideal ring band. The boarskin, light, sturdy, and resistant to friction, is reinforced by steel links to afford protection without weighing down the wearer. Clumsily crafted ring bands have been known to distract those that would wield magic. Yours, however, are so well balanced that one might forget that she is wearing anything at all. This is a true accomplishment of leatherworking and will serve as a clarion wake-up call to any loafer content with churning out substandard work. I'll be honest with you, Cecil, when you first came stumbling through our doors, I reckoned I'd have an easier time making you into a saddle than a respectable leatherworker. How pleased I am to have been proven wrong. You have risen to the challenge and became a model to the entire guild. Which reminds me, I've spoken to you of the Gordonian exhibition, yes? The day of opening draws near, I must devote myself fully to producing our line of leather fashions. As this will afford me little time to devote to everyday affairs, I require someone to handle the more demanding commissions until the exhibition has come and gone. I have decided that you are the woman for the job. That's right. Your next task will be to serve as my personal assistant. Don't even think about neglecting your training. Is that clear? Moving up in the ranks. Rocker, take me of all the times for this order to come in. Here, have a look at this. Look, Cecil. An order for a pair of boarskin smithy gloves made by the guildmaster herself using her famous Geva patterns. To be delivered post-haste, no less. I'd bet a month's earnings that this oaf couldn't tell my handiwork from a gaboo's arse, but does that stop him from filing such a tactless order when I'm up to my very ears in work for the exhibition? Apparently not. Post-haste? I'd rather deliver a slap upside the head post-haste if it wouldn't have negative repercussions for the guild business. Fortunately, my new assistant has arrived. Why, you, of course, Cecil. I did mention that I'd be delegating work to you while I focus on the expedition, did I not? What about the customers that conditions, you say? Bah! You'll get a pair of gloves made by the famous Cecil herself, and he'll like them just fine. Alright. How about these? A smithy's gloves must be sturdy enough to protect his hands from the fires of the forge. At the same time, they must be pliant enough as to not hinder the precise movements needed to work fine steel. Crafted from boarskin, lightweight, tough, and resistant to friction, this pair of smithy's gloves represents the best of both worlds. The simple design allows the 5 fingers to move with full range of motion, the ideal handwear for any capable smith. Your work has admirably captured each of these essential points. I'm happy to sign off on it. You may deliver it to Finial Fineries without delay. What, the Geva patterns? Do not worry yourself about such foolishness. Have I not told you that he'll know no better? At any rate, off with you. Even a fool of a client is a valued customer. Alright. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, lady. I'm not gonna be held accountable. I'm just following orders. My very first pair of custom-made Smithy's gloves, made by the famous guildmaster Gilwa to boot, are such a riot from the guild. Okay. Is it for me to say? Oh, do hand it over and quickly if you would. Now, what have we? Hogguts to Hornets and Brygots my uncle, if this isn't the finest, most comfortable pair of gloves I've ever laid hands on. And to think they are the... What's that you say? Should I tell them the truth? Let's just tell them the truth. Let's be truthful. What's that you say? These gloves are not the work of Geva? Why, I could just, I couldn't give two shits about that. Friend, I don't know a damn thing about you leatherworkers and your patterns. My fellow smith assured me that Geva's gloves were of peerless quality, and that that was enough for me. I placed my order that same day, sight unseen. And I am glad I did, for you brought me the most comfortable pair of Smithy's gloves I've ever had the pleasure to own. You and the guildmaster have my utmost gratitude. Okay. It pays to be truthful. Another satisfied customer, yes. I told you that you were for not. Oh, I suppose you're still curious about those Geva patterns, aren't you? Allow me to explain. Some years ago, Gardonians took a fancy to a toad-skin bag of my design. So popular were the bags that they quickly sold out, driving prices up to a premium. What do you suppose happened next? Greedy artisans sought to cash in on my success. Toads were hunted and nigh to extinction, and a host of imitation bags flooded the market. I was devastated as a proud leatherworker and lover of nature both. But what could I do? For weeks, months I struggled, yet felt powerless against the forces of greed. That's when it struck me. Even if I could not stop others from copying my creations, I could at least ensure that their work was not needlessly destructive. I swore vow that the next line of Geva toadskin bags would be made with an eye towards economy, and then the patterns used to craft these wares would enable inexperienced leatherworkers to reproduce my designs with minimal waste. Do you see now, Cecila? Artisans worthy of the fennial name do not need to rely on Geva patterns. They already respect the natural world to which we owe our livelihood. This is something that cannot be taught, yet is clearly awakened within you. Which is why I did not hesitate to entrust you with this task, and why you can expect many more to come. Goody good. Oh, if it's in Cecila, now you have the look of a little worker who could do the work of 3 women. And thank the 12 for that, because 3 of your good-for-nothing colleagues just walked right out the door, leaving 3 commissions out of the highest priority unfilled. A pair of raptor skin fingerless gloves, a raptor skin targe, and a raptor skin choker. I need them, and I need them on the double. Have they the promised dates of delivery, you ask? Yesterday, last week, and 4 nights ago, 4 fortnights ago. In that order. To make amends for the delays, I've personally assured each of their clients that their items will be peerless quality. I trust you'll not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. Wow, my coworkers suck! Yes, I suppose that's what these will do. The skin of the fleet-footed raptor boots boasts both superior flexibility and exceptional ruggedness. The rub, of course, being that it is by no means easy to work with. Fingerless gloves are the choice of many a warrior for allowing the fingers to better grip their weapons. Thus, do weapon and wielder become one. A well-crafted choker affords superior protection without impairing breathing or causing undue discomfort. And the targe, at first glance, means a means of defense. In times of need, it can be employed to intimidate or even injure one's foe. I presume you are well aware of this. The quality of your work speaks to a sound understanding of material and implementation alike. I see no reason that these items can be kept from their purchasers any longer. Deliver them with all haste, all speed. The gloves to Paimo Nella at Nofika's altar, the targe to Lurik at the Carline Canopy, and the choker to a new client by the name of Nago Jawantal. You'll find her at the Shaded Bower. With that, I can finally return to my work for the expedition, and I swear the next person who dares interrupt me will see their hide made into the centerpiece of my display. Huh. So I gotta go there, I gotta go there, and where else am I going? Oh. No ficas. Hold on. Hold it right there, you laughing leatherworker. You'll not take another step until you explain where it goes. Not yet to deliver the choker I commissioned moons ago. And it best not be another overworn excuse. Lest I take my business straight to anger both and tell all my friends to do the same. Why this choker? I've never seen such. I mean, pah, choker's a choker. About my battle-scarred papa could fashion the likes of this with his one remaining arm tied firmly behind his back. You brazenly neglect your clients in favor of designing frivolous designs or fashions from some ridiculous exhibition, but then expect pay for shoddy work delivered behind schedule. The arrogance of your self-styled artisans knows no bounds. I hear that even your guild's own have had enough of Guildmaster Gill and her nonsense. Mark my words, the Leatherworkers Guild is finished. Customers these days want speed and value for the guild, and your law offers neither. Well, I guess that's sounds like a Karen to me. This is why I hate working retail. But I guess it makes them. I guess it's understandable why they're all pretty upset. Wait, I recognize you. You want to give us support? And so, yes. Have you by chance come to deliver my gloves? What craftsmanship? Why, it's as if these gloves were tailored to fit each of my fingers. This is precisely why I would never think to obtain my protectives from anywhere other than the Leatherworkers Guild. Forget what to maintain this level of quality with the exhibition at hand is no small feat. At least you're easy to deal with than the Karen over by the markets. Where am I going with this last one? Oh, I gotta go way out. Oh, that's okay. It's canopy. Okay. You the look of the Leatherworker. Might you know why my commission has been delayed? Been waiting for my charge for a week now. I've got it right here. This is exceptional. No apologies needed, my friend. For a charge of this quality, I'd have gladly waited twice as long. Which is why these rumors of mass resignations are so distressing. What could have possessed good honest Leatherworkers to abandon their craft? I don't know. Probably the anger both of nonsense that's been going around. And plus all the Karens coming to the doors, complaining about every single little thing. Alright. Leatherworker! Naga said, what? Speed and value? That mutton-headed Mikado wouldn't know a well-crafted choker if I used one to wring her scrawny neck. That said, even I must admit there is some truth to her words. No self-respecting guild would seek fame and fortune at the exhibition, while valued customers suffer undue delays for goods purchased with honest coin. I wish it had not come to this setup, but my decision is made. The Leatherworkers Guild shall withdraw from this year's exhibition. There are customers out there who appreciate the quality our guild offers, and we must see them well served. There will be other exhibitions, but trust once lost is not so easily regained. In any event, you have proven yourself a loyal Leatherworker today, Cecil. I thank you. Oh, for the love of Cecil, you picked a fine time to show up, and for once, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm in quite the predicament here, and you just might be able to help. What sort of predicament, you ask? Only certain which I have several hundred deliveries to make before the next bell, despite having just the 2 legs you see. Withdrawing from the exhibition has freed me to devote my efforts to filing guild commissions. That is all well and good. The problem is that I now have more clients than ever, none of whom take kindly to being kept waiting. For every moment we waste chatting, we risk losing a valued customer. Make yourself useful and take this choker to a client waiting at the Whistling Miller on the double. What am I, a delivery girl now? I guess it wouldn't help to help her out. From the guild, yes. Have you come to deliver my choker? Nah, true guild quality as ever. Yes, all the time and effort put into this piece is painfully evident in the overwrought nature of its design. We've only just met, but you strike me as a smart young woman, hence my offer. What say you bid farewell to your fruitless life as Gelba's lapdog and come work for me? Who am I, you ask? Why, none other than the founder and proprietor of Angerbotha Apparel and Accoutrements, Gridania's premier producer of leather goods. As a clever woman like you has doubtless surmised, many of your more ambitious colleagues have already abandoned the Leatherworkers Guild to bring their prodigious talents to Angerbotha. And why wouldn't they? Who wants to waste precious hours learning how to stitch the perfect seam when a serviceable woman will suffice? Not I, that's for sure. Angerbotha products are just as durable as Gelba's overrated rubbish, crafted in half the time for a fraction of the cost. Should you have any doubts, I invite you to come by the exhibition and judge for yourself. Such a shame that the Leather Guild will be absent from the competition. I was so looking forward to defeating dear Gelba this year. Ah well, for all her faults, clearly the woman had sense enough to see that she was fighting a lost cause. Ta-ta, friend, and remember my offer. Well, this guy is an upstart. Oh, we can't take that line down. We gotta get back in the competition. There's so much drama in the leatherworking field. Carpenter was much more relaxed. Hey, Gela, you won't believe this. You're back, so not a moment too soon. I've just heard a most distressing rumor. Word about town is that renowned leatherworkers from across the realm are withdrawn from the exhibition at an alarming rate. Should this continue, Angerbotha will have a clear course to win top honors. Curses! It pains me enough that I cannot represent our guild in the contest, but the thought that those talentless hacks could claim the prize that is rightfully ours... What's that? Dowd of Angerbotha was the clan who commissioned that choker. If I had known, I'd have delivered in person and taken the payment out of his lousy hide. Oh yes, the two of us go back quite a ways. He was an adventurer and an aspiring leatherworker, not unlike yourself, Cecila. We had a bit of a falling out though. I remember it like it was yesterday. He strode through that door wearing a shit-eating granny, holding a chair, jerking that looked like he had come out of the wrong end of an algo. I told him as much, and the next moment he ran back up the door, bawling like a child. That was the last I saw of him. Oh, I remember him. His sorry efforts weren't worth the hide they were made from, and now he fancies himself a fashion magnate? No small wonder that Angerbotha attire looks like something even a goblin would be ashamed to wear. The sad state of affairs is that not all customers are so discerning. What's worse, if Angerbotha takes top honors at the exhibition, then their wasteful practices will be vindicated. Slipshod craftsmanship and butchery will become the norm. I will not allow this to happen. Cecila, listen carefully, for I mean to give you your most challenging task yet, if not ever. You are to represent the Leatherworkers Guild at the exhibition and put that charlatan in his place. Or wrap the skin jerkin of peerless quality melded with the gatherer's grass material of the 3rd grade. This will be your submission. No simple task, but as one who's taken her lumps and paid her dues, I believe that you have it in you. The exhibition is being held at Mikado's amphitheater. Estang has been charged with accepting submissions. Once your work is complete, deliver it to her with all speed. You don't want to expect it? Alright. You're leaving it into my hands, huh? I guess I can just run it. It's not that far. Like right across the way. What's that you say? You wish to submit one of your works for the exhibition? Then pray hand it over without delay. The judging is about to commence. Okay. Let's put an end to this farce. Consider yourself fortunate. Had you come a bit later, the contest would have already been over. I must say, I'm relieved. There are far fewer entrants in this year's exhibition compared to the past ones, and when I heard that the Leatherworkers Guild would not be participating, then you'll be happy to hear that our plans have changed. Guildmaster Geva, do tell me you've decided to compete after all. Our guild would be represented, yes, but by Cecily here. She's not sure. What an unexpected turn of events. But I must hurry. The exhibition is about to begin. Oh, there's Wayne. There's all the guild masters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, the judging for the best leather apparel will now commence. It would seem that an unprecedented number of last-minute withdrawals have left us with precious few candidates worthy of top honors. Nevertheless, we will proceed as planned. Huh. No one's really impressed. Nice. Our next finalist is the lovely raptor skin jerkin, painstakingly crafted by an artisan of Angerbotha apparel and accoutrements. Judges, if you would. The cut is rugged, yet serviceable. It would seem that numerous skins were laid to afford maximum protection. Function over form. A lancer cannot help but applaud with such craftsmanship. The chanting work is clumsy, but the sturdiness of the piece cannot be denied. In times of war, speed and practicality are virtues. I'll take that as a worthy of consideration. Oh, as wasteful as ever, I see. How many raptors did you butcher to create that misshapen mess? Ah, Geva, fancy meeting you here. Stand back and watch as that misshapen mess is named best in show. Our next and final piece is this last-minute entry from the Leatherworkers Guild. Oh yeah? Eat that! Mine's sparkly! You look pale, Dowd. What's the matter? I take it you weren't expecting actual competition? Why, this is positively stunning! One can almost feel the raptor's very life force exuding from this jerkin. Not a single seam out of place, and not a single cut of the hide wasted. This piece was clearly crafted with a profound respect for the beast whose life was taken to create it. It offers superior protection to the Angerbotha piece, while at the same time allowing for greater freedom of movement. This jerkin would be a proud addition to any archer's armory chest. In my line of work, I've seen many adventurers come and go, whereas the one who possesses the aptitude and diligence demonstrated by the creator of this piece. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that we have a consensus. By a unanimous vote, the award for the best leather apparel goes to Cecil of the Leatherworkers Guild for her exquisite raptor skin jerkin. Dowd of Angerbotha apparel, I presume. We are investigating numerous accusations of harassment, extortion, counterfeiting, and poaching. If you'll be so kind as to come with us so that we might discuss these allegations in private. We ain't going nowhere. Well, Cecil, it seems our work here is done. Let's return to the guild. Put that guy in his place. Teach him not to mess with me. Oh Lord. I must confess, Cecil, until I saw the jerkin with your jerk with my own eyes, I was not entirely convinced you had it in you. But you did. From this day forth, I am proud to call you not an apprentice, but peer. As for me, I can finally return to my own work, free of headaches and distractions. Though, as luck would have it, we have a veritable legion of erstwhile anger both the defectors knocking at our door, looking to rejoin our ranks. They think their false tears and trite words of remorse will earn them my pity? I'll send them straight on their way and lop a square off their head and hindquarters for good measure. Or so I once might have done. But who among us has not erred? Even I have been known to make mistakes, albeit rarely. And so I'll give these turncloaks a second chance, and mark my words, any who as much as thinks is crossing me again can look forward to a new life as a sublegger. The life of a guildmaster is fraught with frustration, yet I would gladly deal with 1,000 hapless apprentices for even the slimmest hope of seeing one flourish as you have. With your triumph at the exhibition, your goods are sure to be in demand across Eorzea, but you must never forget how you achieved your success. Unflagging dedication to your craft and deep respect for the lives you must take to perform it. Remember always the values of Finial, and I have no doubt you'll do us good, proud, wherever you go. Goody for me! Woohoo! Stick that on. Bam! Oh man, and that is the end of the level 10 through 50 Leatherworker job quests. Oh lord. So, oh man, that was interesting. There's a lot more drama than there was with the carpenter. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on in the next video. Later.